Dive into the game. I'm happy about this. I'm enthused. I
Yeah.
want anything else to happen to me today.
This is
I
it.
have, honestly, I have some meat thawing downstairs. I'm gonna cook up some dinner after this, probably.
Ah, cool. So I mentioned to you earlier that like Tempest drafts were going on here,
Hmm.
and they since are gone, as it is usually happens when we
So since you mentioned it yesterday, it is now gone.
right. It's gone. It has been deleted. Memory erased. It's been replaced with Modern Masters.
Oh.
Yeah. Modern Masters. You either need 25 event tickets or 3 boosters, and
Good lord.
yeah. Yep, so that's the replacement, and I believe the cube is coming back to Magic Online as it tends to just appear because
Much like the McRib before it. It comes and goes.
yeah, it basically is the McRib of Magic Online.
Oh, it's...
Anyway, we're not doing Magic. We are doing Magic Online. We're not doing Modern Masters.
Right. Modern Masters sounds really awesome, but like just the name alone is like, oh man, I am a master for opening this pack, but I don't know about it as a format.
They also this was announced quite a while ago, but for Magic Online they're doing what, Vintage Masters
Oh goodness, I did hear about that.
in the far flung future of like late 2014. Like they're going to do Vintage Masters, and that'll be its own thing, and have queues, and you'll be able to open up Moxes and Lotuses and next June. Okay. Anyway, we are looking for Theros. We've got enough to play some Theros.
Hoo-ha!
Got it in us. Snake Plissken.
Oh no! Again!
I'm challenging him.
Oh, do it.
We're jumping in. Let me make that larger. Sometimes you see the same names in these.
That's good. No, that's like when someone comes back in Papers, Please. It's like, oh, I know you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I've seen you before. Yeah, it's good to have some continuity to these. You know, we have Snake Plissken show back up.
Oh man, still had these. I guess still had all these was taken, or maybe that was too long. I don't know how long names can be in this.
I don't know. I've seen some long ones. All right. Well. Making this larger, but I see an interesting rare choice.
What, that crummy guy? I ship him to the bottom every time.
Perforos! Eh.
We don't need that, dude.
Also, honestly, the biggest cards of note in this pack are like Perforos, Perforos' Emissary, Lightning Strike. Like,
Right.
this is red.
Unless you were really dedicated to black and want Farika's Cure, or like me, you overvalue Hopeful Eidolon. That still a little mad that my perfect Ox deck didn't come about.
I know.
Ah well, Hopeful Eidolon was just fine in it. That was not the problem.
But yeah, Perforos is the one that makes your other guys into a shock to the opponent's head.
Probably a more interesting first pick than what 31st pick, whatever.
Yeah. We'll see where that leads.
16th or 31st. It was some.
Right. I think it was 31st. I think it was. Okay. We've got some pretty decent green going on in here. Thassa's Emissary for blue.
I do like the Thassa's Emissary more than Voyaging Satyr in the abstract, but I know how much you like being Gruul.
Mm-hmm. And then we also have like Titan strength for like staying on red, but
I think that's too much.
right. So I think it's between the Emissary and the Voyaging Satyr. I don't think either of those colors are cut based off of what we did in the previous pack. Like there was black and like a Hopeful Eidolon. What are you thinking in here?
It's a coin toss, honestly.
I'm gonna roll with the Satyr.
All right.
I think,
Probably fine.
and immediately get shown a fool for it.
Dang.
Oh well.
Well, whatever. That's not a creature. Take ill-tempered Cyclops.
That's a creature.
That's a creature right there. Porphyros loves creatures.
I do really want to. It's not a hate pick. Yeah, maybe it is just pick the Sea God and accept that I lost out on my crab.
Flipped a coin and lost. That's fair.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? I won the flip.
You won the.
Yeah. That's.
Ah!
Facts about Magic the Gathering. Kaz will win the flip.
Absolutely. I'm going to respect Sea God's revenge. I really wish it could bounce your own guys, but it cannot.
I'm happy that it cannot. That would be way too powerful.
Okay, we've got some good choices in here. Horizon Scholar for another top end. Two-headed Cerberus is one of the best cards we could fit with Porphyros. 2 red pips, double strike, interacts well with his pump, things like that.
I do like the Dog.
Yeah. Dog is good.
I like it more than Horizon Scholar, frankly. Which is weird to say, but man.
Yeah. Yeah, like when we've got the like just the interaction between the Cerberus and Porphyros is really, really good. Like 2 pips.
Yeah, like we take strong individual card plus great interaction. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're gonna need creatures that don't cost 1,000 mana. And this is not much of a pack, to be entirely honest.
Yeah, like Disciple of
Well,
Phoenix is the most powerful card.
Yeah. Like
Eek.
and then like Laguna Ban Elder and
Whatever,
Chronicler
Priest of Iroas is a creature.
Fate Foretold. Fate Foretold could be playable as well.
You know what this means is the next pack is going to have like 5
5
things that you
cards.
want.
Yeah. Feral Invocation as like a trick for Dog. Honestly, I'm fine taking that because nothing else in nothing in that pack is what I want. Nykthos. I don't think that
Huh.
quite does anything for us. I'm not a huge fan of that unless I was like heavy green, because then it would be I guess it is like we do have Porphyros to feed into it.
Right. And you're picking what over it? A Borderland Minotaur?
It would honestly be Borderland Minotaur, yeah.
You'll see other Borderland Minotaurs. Take the rare.
Yeah.
I don't think black is necessarily open with Baleful Eidolon there. I grant you that he's good. These packs just sometimes don't have cards.
I think I might agree that black has less players, but green is definitely an open color now.
Holy crap.
Nylea's Emissary. Red's actually getting cut pretty hard.
All right, well, you know what? It came around to you winning the flip. Look at this.
Right?
It's like, give me... Sure.
Yeah, I think pick up the Nylea's Emissary here is probably the best pick. I love this creature. Like,
Yeah, passable trample is pretty strong.
Yeah. Okay. Of note, there's still Disciple of Phoenix, Freak as Mender, Battlewise Hoplite even. Ah, here's another Nylea's emissary.
Oh, and time
And
to
time
feed.
to feed.
Yeah. All right, play green. Why not?
All right. I guess the question is time to feed more
Take emissary number 2.
like? Because we don't have any removal. But cat dog. Gaining life, Kaz. This gains life. We need the life gain.
Oh boy.
Ordeal of Erebos is not one of the cards I expected to still see in this pack.
Okay, were we supposed to be green-black this whole time?
It was definitely something that could have happened with the choices that came down.
Good lord.
Pharesis Band Centaur, Opaline Unicorn.
I picked the unicorn here. I don't like the centaurs all that much.
I agree. This is
They're
usually the first thing
more
they cut.
replaceable than Opaline unicorn.
Looks like a lot of foil forest, a lot of nothing, and then anvil rot raptor.
You know what I have not given this thing credit for? It flies.
It does,
Like,
and
straight up an attacker.
I'm really hoping it's not splash red for Perforos at this point. Sip of Hemlock.
Goodness. Oh, we don't want Anvil Rot Raptor number 2 over Sip of Hemlock one, huh?
Yeah, and there's Priest of Iroas again. I'll take Griffin. Yeah. Hide the Griffin.
Man. What a mess.
Okay, this turn... Green is... Now at this point, green's like the only color I feel really good on with that emissary and time to feed. And there's Whip of Erebos.
Like, if we take enough rares, then we're bound to have, like, one bonkers rare that's, like,
Right.
worthwhile, right?
If we just keep taking rares, everything will be fine.
I mean, as far as God equipment goes, Whip is up there.
Yeah.
Might even be my favorite, like, maximum. It gains you so much life.
Do we literally just forget that we opened Perforos?
I'm starting to forget it already. I mean, you could have Spear Point Oriad here if you want.
Yeah. I could have, like, Nylea's Disciple or Sedge Scorpion as well.
Those all sound really lame compared to Whip of
I know! Every one of those sounds terrible compared to the Whip. So,
all those people that we, like, passed Disciple of Phoenix and all that, they're not getting this.
yeah, nobody's getting this. Disciple of Phoenix, Burnish Heart?
Ooh, I do like Burnished Heart.
Yeah. Another Wingsteed Rider.
This is, pick whatever, play everything.
Yeah. Well, Burnished Heart lets us play everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, see?
That's thinking with gas. It's a better Opaline Unicorn, more or less.
Pick up another Voyaging Satyr, pick up another... Yikes.
Well, green we want to keep.
Yeah, I think Voyaging Satyr's still fine. Temple of Mystery, so we can splash Sea God's Revenge.
It's like whatever we have, Satyr will give us more of that.
Yeah, okay.
So
Also,
fine.
we have Nykthos. Sure, let's pick up the Voyaging Satyr for Nykthos.
I mean, yeah, that's the combo in standard.
Well, let's play that deck. Can we just play that deck?
Sure, just open Palacronos or whatever.
Yeah, okay. How about another Voyaging Satyr? Does that help out the deck?
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. If we actually opened up Colossus of Akros, I would play it in a heartbeat in this deck.
We do have a lot of mana.
We have 3 Voyaging Satyr. I'm picking the Satyr.
In we go. Green all the way.
Leaf Crown Dryad.
Hey, that is certainly kind of thing you want in a green deck.
Yeah.
Maybe even get Hunt the Hunter back. Or Destructive Revelry.
I think that's the pick here. Freakus Cure, I'm never really sold on. Also, we haven't been seeing much black. Maybe we just have a whip. I don't know what's going on with this draft yet.
Okay, Central Green, pick your favorite bomb rare and design from there. Sea God's Revenge counting as the blue bomb rare.
Yeah. Honestly, maybe Return Centaur here.
Sure, he's playable.
Yeah, as compared to, like, Boulder Fall, which might be playable in this. No.
Well, we do have a lot of mana.
we can produce an infinite amount of mana. Let's see where that leads.
Yeah, watch us actually be able to cast Boulder Fall, and then, like, 5 damage won't even do it. What? No! Not over time to feed number 2.
I know. But
that's kind of...
But Voyaging Satyr and Nykthos. Yeah, I think honestly, like, any more Voyaging Satyrs is probably just greedy from me.
Yeah, that's the point where you start to feel like they're more of squires than mana accelerators, actually.
Yeah. How about another time to feed?
Oh, son of a bitch.
I don't... Okay, so we have 2 cards that make up the entirety of our deck.
Oh, of course, the Voyaging Satyr time to feed deck.
Okay. Volpine Goliath table. That's a good start.
Wow, so did Sedge Scorpion. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, I did not expect both of those. In this deck specifically, I am more inclined to pick up the Goliath.
That's fair. That's pretty fair.
However, not much in this one.
You could have a perfect creature. You could have a mnemonic wall.
Pick up my time to feed.
That's right. Pick up your Sea God's Revenge.
I still don't even know what my second color is.
We'll figure that out.
Okay.
Demonic Wall is the best pick, presuming we don't know what our second color is. Because we're not picking, like, Silent Artisan or anything.
Is Savage Surge worth picking up here?
I mean, much as I like Dave, yeah.
Yeah.
Savage Surge is fine.
It's a better trick than Cutthroat Maneuver.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Anvil Rot Raptor number 2.
Yeah, well, we can always cast it.
Yep.
And it doesn't help Nykthos.
Return Phalanx actually might be playable in this deck. Okay. We need Pack 3 to make this deck work. This pile of whatever the hell is going on down here. Chained to the Rocks, you're not the start of it.
Oh, dear.
Grey Merchant of Asphodel.
You know what? Sure, we can bring it back with the whip. Sorry, Perforos.
Yeah, like if I was dedicated to Perforos, it would be like, what, Dragon Mantle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Alright, I'm gonna do this. Opal Unicorn, I think it's fine to move. Alright. Alright, Grey Merchant.
Sweet. See, that's a way to gain life.
Keepsake Gorgon.
Ah, immediate rewards. Perfect.
Also the Lightning Strike. But Keepsake Gorgon, that's a lot of mana. It gives us some more to do with our Nykthos engine.
Yeah. Gives us another 5.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see Sedge Scorpion table again.
Hmm.
Let me sort this by mana cost again. Alright. What about a creature with X in its mana cost?
Sure.
Yeah! Oh,
That is haste, right? No one will expect that.
yeah! This gives us something to do with this dumb Nykthos thing I've been talking about, where we just produce infinite mana. And there's nothing else competing with it. Cool. Oh yes, lifelink with the whip.
The whip doesn't actually need anything to combo with it, frankly. It's just
Yeah. This card actually combos pretty poorly with it from the yard.
oh. Oh dear.
Make a 0/0, yes. Get a death trigger, yes.
Well, also an enter the battlefield trigger for our Perforos.
Ooh, but we're not really. Voyaging Satyr 4 or the Vulpine Goliath.
I certainly think Vulpine Goliath 2 over Voyaging Satyr 4 is where we want to be.
Yeah. I agree with that. Really missing that we don't have an asp.
It's true. We didn't even see one.
I think we saw one really early, probably in like early pack 1.
I mean, it could have been in Perforos' pack and I didn't see him, but
Yeah, honest. Alright.
well,
You're
she's
not-
2 green pips.
Yeah, you're not Nessian Asp. I really wish you were Nessian Asp.
Yeah, no kidding.
I really wish you were Nessian Asp.
I'd
but
trade that for Nessie and Asp in a heartbeat.
still fine for time to feed.
You know what? You can untap those lands that become creatures.
Ooh, the Voyaging Satyr.
Yeah. Ship in with Nykthos.
Oh man, get beat! Sure. Hey. Nylea's Disciple's a nice card to see here. Competing with... Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go. Probably bumps off an Anvil Rot Raptor.
Yeah, most likely.
Nothing and nothing.
I'm just gonna be Greed Master and take the temple.
Oh yeah, to monofix for those 2 colors you're not playing.
Yeah. Yeah, those 2 colors.
He didn't pick a unicorn because he already had a unicorn that he's not playing.
Right.
Mogus's Marauder is amazing.
Yeah, that's really good. It's both really good for the deck and operates really well with the whip.
Oh yes.
Like just
Oh my god, yes.
come back in.
Haste. Our deck has so much haste. This is amazing.
Where's all this haste coming? Whoa. Colors. What do we want in here?
Satyr Hedonist for a permanent? Actually, Feral Invocation is a
For a
permanent.
permanent?
Yeah.
As far as a trick goes, that's a good one.
Mm. More power for our whip lifelinkers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Invocation's good. Okay, so no Sedge Scorpion, but Agent of Horizons and Fade made it back around.
Fade, beautiful Fade.
Yeah, I don't think... Like, Agent only operates as a 3/2 no ability in this deck.
Mm.
Is that something we want over Fade?
We have a lot of creatures. Let's pick the Fade.
Yeah. Hey, I'll take another Return Centaur.
Turn Centaur, you're the man.
Also, Late Flame Speaker.
Oh, we can return the Return Centaur, and if we have enough of them, we can mill them out.
Oh man! Oh,
Dave!
Dave! Dave!
Sweet.
Thanks, Dave. I'm happy you showed up here at the end, Dave.
Man, what a mess.
Okay, well this looks a lot better than I expected it to look after Pack 1. Pack 1, I don't even know what I expected this to look like. Well, how you doing, Perforos?
Poor guy.
Yeah. Alright, so Nykthos, I'm gonna actually set that up here to the side just so I'm not counting it in my cards. And I'll add it back in at the end. Alright, so cuts. One Dave out. Anvil Rot Raptor. Both of them?
Probably both.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a little bit of reach, and that's our only flyer, but I don't think that's how we're winning.
Yeah.
We're winning by having colored permanents on the battlefield and crushing them.
Probably like Savage Surge or one of the two Feral Invocations.
Yeah. Huh. I kind of like all the rest of our cards.
I guess
It's amazing.
Dave could also make his way out too.
Mm. Wait, you have Return Phalanx as a defender.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm aware. It's a black pip. It's a blocker. It just sits there.
Right, but Dave can attack for damage.
Hmm.
No, I think Return Phalanx is genuinely the better choice. Like, keep us alive while we're ramping up to some big thing that we then...
Yeah, importantly, the Repster brings up a good point. Phalanx can time to feed pretty effectively.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah, let's keep it in. Dave is not very hungry.
I'll take out the Savage Surge, because I actually like my tricks being this permanent stuff.
Mm.
And then I need one more cut.
That's actually tough.
Yeah. Savage Surge is actually a ramp spell. You just untap Voyaging Satyr with it to untap your Nykthos for the 5th time in the turn.
No, I think we are playing Anthusa as an Earth Elemental.
Yeah, honestly, like... Anthusa... Squirrel Token, we have 1 mana sink. It's right here.
Keepsake Gorgon is probably also a mana sink, frankly.
Yeah. With that...
How about cut 1 Feral Invocation? I certainly don't want to cut a creature, because I like creatures.
Right. And our non-creatures actually are Sip of Hemlock, Time to Feed, Feral Invocation.
Yeah. So cutting one is fine.
Yeah.
You don't really need Enthusa to heroic trigger. You need a body on the ground.
Do
I'm
we
telling you, you need an earth elemental.
Do we still need the heart? Honestly, the heart for me is like, it's a gray ogre, which is acceptable, and it fixes in this weird instance where maybe we don't see our black or we don't have double black. Also, with Whip of Erebos, it can get back, or come back here, and do its job a second time.
Are you selling me on the card?
There was a question in the chat.
Oh,
Do we
okay.
still need the heart? Asks Abanis.
All right. I was about to say, you don't need to...
Oh, yes, Kaz, let me...
like me. Extol the virtues of skeletons to Kaz.
Have you heard the good word of skeleton?
I like the sound of this. I like where this is going.
Alright, Nykthos, you get back in the deck now, so I don't forget. And this looks like a job for 9/7 question mark? Abyss hunted every creature in our deck. Is actually life gain.
Haha!
Yeah, it's gonna be weird, because if we come up against another green deck, they actually do breakers better than us. Like if they have like a Nessie and Asp go monstrous, that's bigger than basically anything we can produce. Except for like Mistcard or Hydra. We're
fine.
No, yeah.
I absolutely love rebuying Burnished Heart into Mistcutter Hydra. That's gotta be good.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking 9/7. I'm gonna see what the... Oh. Suggestatron agrees.
It also likes Voyaging Satyrs, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. My thought there is, if we get one swamp, that's the same as 2 with a Voyaging Satyr, and Burnished Heart fixes a lot of that as well. I'm
really putting my trust in the whip on this one.
That's a lot of it. We might
really
actually
want
get the Return Centaur win. That could happen. I've seen the Return Centaur win happen.
Hot diggity damn.
That was a really crazy game in one of Gnome's streams last week.
That's got to be grindy as hell.
It involved Sip of Hemlocking his own Underworld Cerberus to get back the Return Centaur. It was an incredibly stupid win. Anyway, we have a deck. We have, like, almost a weird standard deck if we had more monstrous cards.
Yeah, if instead of Return Centaurs you had, like, 2 Pelukrotos.
Right. Yeah.
It's fine. We'll crush them. They'll have good mulligan decisions to make, and we will crush them.
I really hope that it doesn't just come down to mulligan decisions. Those are always the worst.
That's honestly felt like the last several that I've done.
I agree with that completely with the ones you did on Tuesday last week that were just like, you look at your 7, it's not really keepable. You look at your 6, it's still not really keepable. Well,
yeah, get them.
You look at your 7, it's incredibly questionable.
Honestly, that reminds me of a game. Not really a whole match that I had in Triple Scars of Mirrodin.
Mm-hmm.
I had no way of beating this guy's deck. I was so amazed. Like, I had this, like, kind of low curve. I think I was running a red deck at the time. And that's the plan, Little things, fast things, run them over, get your man and your equipment out and get them.
Yeah.
Well, I stumble on mana. He
Okay.
accelerates into Venser.
Okay.
I don't remember what he did to accelerate into it, but he had it before turn 5. And then I lost. Because he had Venser. I couldn't deal with his one card, let alone the rest of the shit that he was doing.
Right.
With, like, blinking his Sky Eel school.
And drawing. Oh, no! That's not even, like, huge. That's just the one that loots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Abyss Hunted, I really don't think that splashing Perforos is something worth doing. Yeah, like, as Gnome says, his team pump is one of his better parts, and if he's on the splash, we'd only ever get, like, 1 or 2.
Mm.
And as far as an enchantment that just says, whenever a creature comes into play, deal 2 damage to your opponent, I'd probably rather just have another creature.
Yeah, even if it's a kind of mediocre creature like Return Centaur.
Right, because that can still deal 2 damage, right?
Yeah, having power and all that.
Yeah, having 2 power. Alright, Snake Plissken.
Oh, man.
Are we playing? Nope, we're playing against Bob Jackson. Okay.
Oh, well, that's not nearly as terrifying.
No. Alright, on the die roll, we would like to play first, and...
Oh, no. What?
This is an automatic mulligan. I cannot keep this hand.
Away it goes. Get out of here. Let's look at 6.
2 double black cards and 3 forests.
And no Voyaging Satyr.
Yeah, and nothing to do off it.
Yeah.
So this entire thing would have to be...
Hey, man, you can have a Hasty Grey Ogre.
With pro blue, what if my opponent's blue?
Yeah, what if he's blue?
In order for this hand to actually work, it involves me drawing either 2 swamps or swamp and Voyaging Satyr, preferably that one.
I mean, you could also draw green cards to play.
Voyaging Satyr on that list, but yeah, green cards to play. Is 5 better? Bob Jackson has started a chat with you.
I don't think so. I think that we can keep this.
Okay,
Because you only have 1 Gray Merchant in the deck. And he is the kind of thing that you want to play later.
I'm aware that Swamp Forest Satyr in 2 cards is better than this, but the odds of drawing Swamp Forest Satyr are quite low.
Mm.
Alright, hell. Let's roll with it.
Lands and spells, right here.
This is not a very...
This is the kind of thing that makes me annoyed at every streamer recording or whatever that I watch, where they're like, oh, well, that's an easy 7. I'm like, oh.
I wish those came up more often.
Yeah.
Oh, blue.
Ha-ha! He'll never see us coming.
Okay, a hasted 3/3 is a quicker clock.
All right, fair.
So we'll wait, because that's 6 turns compared to 10.
All right, there are also like geometrically fewer creatures who can deal with a hasty 3/3 than a hasty 2/2.
However, I think I do need to pull the trigger at hasty 3/3. Like, I could obviously wait till hasty 4/4, but I need to be able to, like, try to...
No. He'll obligingly voyage his... Oh, wait. Never mind. Jeez.
Also, forests.
Because here, if you play it now, you get in 3 damage. He won't block. He heroics his guy next turn.
And then it's too big for time defeated.
Right.
Man.
But basically anything he does to it is going to make it bigger than 4. Let's just attack. Make him have it. Start off to the races. Have the
Right.
option of drawing more things. If he does decide to play another creature, you can eat it.
I wish I could 4/4 here, but let's see what he's got. Like chosen by Fate Foretold. Okay.
That's kind of ugly. Besides, we'll be able to gain life.
Ah, yes.
And obligingly, he plays a creature that you can murder. That's great.
Hey.
Or devour, you know, depending on...
Well, he can't block. That creature cannot block.
It cannot
in
block
two
in
different
several
manners.
Yeah, like this. You still want a time to feed it?
I think so.
I think so too. Vaporkin will be. I mean, you will get beaten alive by flyers. Eaten alive, beaten alive. I don't know what I'm even saying.
Flyers will deal damage to me, and I will go to 0.
It will. I mean, also you have the Sip of Hemlock in hand for bigger things.
Right, if bigger things show themselves, and if double black shows themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Sip of Hemlock.
That is a bigger
Show thyself.
That's yeah.
Okay, well... On the plus side, there's no life gain on my opponent's side of the table, yet.
It's very true. He didn't feel like bestowing there, which means he either has more bestow things or just wanted to get more flying damage right away.
Right. So I'm on 10. Evangel of Heliod for 6/1/1 tokens.
That's a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
Good lord.
And that's
That's awkward.
That's game.
10, yeah. Damn.
Yeah, that's game. See if he shows us anything else. Celestial Archon.
Archon's pretty good.
His hand's quite good. It's the biggest issue is the inability to cast cards out of my own. My opponent not killing me here is weird.
That's questionable. I mean, what if you had a... nothing in this set? I don't know.
What if I could target Anathusla for free and then do it twice and swing with all my lands? Okay. So that's this game. We got extra info, but sure.
Yeah, no kidding. Voyaging Satyr showing up right there at the end is just like, "Meh. Don't you wish one of your forests had been me?"
Any of them, I would have been able to cast all those double black spells.
Like the swamp on time changes that entire game around. We definitely have game.
Okay, is Return Phalanx... Actually, Return Phalanx is probably fine again, just as a time-to-feed target.
Yeah.
How do Raptors look?
Pretty awful forever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yes, to stop his Vaporkin.
Okay, let's do it. We would like to play first?
Alright, come on.
Hey!
That looks like a 7. Hot damn.
Yes, in. Yes, do it. Yes. Voyaging Satyr, yes, please be in play. Battle-wise Hoplite. Oh,
Yeah,
it's here.
oh my goodness. Oh, what is even happening?
I think it's like, let's see, I could bestow Leaf Crown Dryad on a Voyaging Satyr.
You could? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, you could. You just couldn't attack as well.
Right.
Um, you know what? With all his like tiny flyers, that might be actually good. And
Yeah.
like next turn, you can cook up something else. Maybe you draw 5 and you feel happy. That's fine.
Right, I have to do this.
Yeah, thanks to Voyaging Satyr's ability being kind of dumb.
So Devotion's at 2, which means Nykthos is not yet producing... Okay, Fate Foretold is +1/+1 scry, then draw a card.
That's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, okay, that's real. Time to Feed.
He's holding up his God's willing.
He is.
Oh no.
He is. That's a risk.
I mean, I think it's safer to just bash his head in, which is happening anyway.
Right, like it could be both.
Because you don't have a 5, so the attack is safe. Take your damage before like
Right, yeah, okay.
weird shit happens.
Let's see if he does something weird. Yeah, sure, let's try our luck. Okay, luck is good. He draws a card for our trouble, but that's good. We cleared it off the board.
I imagine he would have played the God's willing there if he had had it.
Ooh, Sip of Hemlock.
I mean, he gets one of our most important creatures out of the way.
I think Sip can wait until Wingsteed Rider has something more on it.
Yeah. Do we get to play the Goliath?
Yeah, I think that's better
Oh my
than...
god, that's excellent. Then Nykthos starts getting to work.
Yeah, because now it's working for 4. Like, we can Mist Cutter for... Let me count. 1, 2, 3... 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, 9... Or an 8, 8? Or a 7, 7, because we need the 1 in there. But yeah, we can nick those for large next turn. Oh. Oh.
It keeps happening.
I get the feeling he's holding, like, Neck Snap, or not Neck Snap, or,
yeah. Divine Justice or, shoot. I know the card.
Divine Verdict.
Divine Verdict. Yes. That one. So,
Like, I get the feeling that's what he's holding.
if he is, it would be in his interest to take out the Goliath.
Right, unless we produce a weird large Mist Cutter Hydra as well with it. But that, I think that's more of a... We could sip and play Satyr?
I don't like sipping just his 2/2.
Yeah.
I like playing Satyr and attacking. That might bait out his Divine Verdict. And yeah, like spending his white removal on the Goliath is pretty great.
Okay, like swinging with both Voyaging Satyr and Vulpine Goliath?
17. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Crush him with moves.
Sure, let's just deal damage.
Get me with your Wind Drake, eh?
Alright, give me the... Alright. Here comes Divine Verdict. There we are.
Okay.
Okay, Okay, and then we just go ahead and play Voyaging Satyr 2 and pass. So right now, the Nykthoses are... Wow, Fate Foretold again. That's kind of annoying.
He's just the Fate Foretold deck.
Basically.
Yeah, you're still beating him down faster, so...
Mogi's Marauder.
Hey.
I could just play Mogi's Marauder and introduce a big beatdown right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Gives him very few targets to Divine Verdict here. My idea is hasting that in, wasting a lot of his time. If I can catch him at one point where he just doesn't have any blockers but a single blue blocker, like Mistcutter Hydra can just kill him if it's low enough.
Get him, Squire!
Breaching Hippocamp.
Oh no!
That was not on my list of cards I expected him to play.
Or Squire.
Oh, he's double blocking the big one. We kill the flyer.
Yeah, I guess he wants to get a card out of it, but that's still probably better than having his 3/3 flyer on the table.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it leaves him with a blue creature, which we can just tumble right over.
Yep, I don't like him having so many cards, but... Like, he's drawn 4 cards off Fate Foretold. That certainly is. Prescient Chimera.
Sweet, a big, dumb, doofy dude.
Oh, and a chump blocker. Get out of here with that.
You could murder it if you really wanted.
Or I got Whip of Erebos. Like, Whip this turn allows me to play... Like, just pull back Vulpine Goliath next turn.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
This is kind of a golden opportunity while he doesn't have anything to respond with, though.
Right, like, because we can make a Mistcutter that's a 5/5.
Like, you have the whip, but what is your attack?
Without... Yeah, I guess we don't really have one without, That's a good point.
You know what? No, you should play the whip, and I know why. Because it will put 2 black pips on the table.
Oh, God. So I can set up something insane.
Well, that gets Nykthos into mana-producing land.
And then when it pulls back Vulpine Goliath, it puts it into much higher. And that life gain offsets what we're going to lose next turn, which is probably like 9.
Let's see. Yeah.
Okay.
I can imagine that he has like Archon Bestow or some nonsense.
Alright, so Whip, no attacks.
I mean, it's risky. I recognize.
Yeah.
I'd be much more comfortable there having immediate attacks off the whip.
Well, the big thing is, like, when we play this big old Mistcutter Hydra, it's going to be life-linking on its haste. That's going to be good. Nykthos produces, like, a real amount of black mana if we need it. Okay, so just Prescient Chimera coming in.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's just a hit. I'm taking that. Because that, like, there's no way that just turns into lethal on me. Just like, oh, whoops, dead!
Oh, I was secretly a red deck! Wah!
Celestial Archon bestowed on Traveling Philosopher. Exactly what I thought. Ah. Ah. Okay. Like, I can sip the Traveling Philosopher, which leaves the Celestial Archon as the problem in play.
Hmm. Yeah. The real problem of that being it still doesn't give you attacks,
Right,
but
because it's like a white creature. It's too big for Vulpine Goliath to attack into. Both Mistcutter and Vulpine can't attack into it. But I guess if it loses the Traveling Philosopher, it's a 4/4, and then I can attack into it.
right. That certainly looks a lot better. And it costs him 2 life.
Can I just make a 7-power Hydra? No. I wish. Looking at what I can do. I think it is sip that creature. Wow, the Leaf Crown Dryad really saved our life. Yeah.
Yeah, being able to chump block against his flyer is pretty important.
Yeah, I think it just has to be sip the Traveling Philosopher to make Celestial Archon smaller. It could be like sip Prescient Chimera.
There's a spicy meatball.
How about that play?
Well, does this guy have vigilance?
No.
What does he have?
Flying
Okay.
First Strike. He could gain Vigilance, but he could gain Vigilance if I get rid of the...
Right, right. 6. Well, we have to kill one of them.
I guess I'm going to get the Prescient Chimera off the table. Because this one's just, like, I need to deal with it being... God, I don't know how to get around Celestial Archon being this big. Yeah, let's just go with my first thought and kill the Traveling Philosopher.
Yeah, now he's small enough to fight over.
Right.
He's still a mighty problem.
Okay, so he's coming in with both creatures. Chump blocking on Prescient Chimera is actually more effective than chump blocking on Celestial Archon.
Yeah. Block 3, gain 2. Oh! Or he doesn't attack with Precious. That's fascinating.
The Hydra is always one smaller than you think. It's just 4 coming in flying?
That is truly fascinating. I think we take it.
Yeah, because then I gain 6 back with Vulpine.
Yeah, we hope. Unless he has, like, Pocket Celestial Archon number 2.
Yeah, freaking high return Centaurs.
No. Well,
I don't think I can play them.
we can have Mistcutter for 5, gaining 5, putting him at 4.
Right, I can also, like, throw away Mogi's Marauder on the attack, but... I think I need to put Vulpine Goliath into play to gain 6 this turn.
Sure, that's also fine. I mean, that gives him the opportunity to block with one of his creatures. This he could have a metric ton of things to
deal with this, yeah. The big thing is if I get him at a low enough threshold and he leaves up just blue blockers, Mistcutter Hydra kills him. Yeah, return Centaur backup plans.
I guess my thought was Mistcutter Hydra in for 5 now provides him with, like, no way to deal with it at all. And then he's at 4 and has to leave Celestial Archon at home.
Well, see, the thing he's done now, though, is the Mistcutter's a secret, and now he's at 3.
That's true. And you're still at 11.
Right. Also, I gained fuck 6. The gaining 6 is a nice.
That's a strong incentive. Man, how great would it be if both Return Centaurs were land?
Honestly, pretty good. What do we got, buddy? Not +2/+2 vigilance. Don't do that one. I'm sorry. Is that a second Celestial Archon?
Whoa! I was kidding.
Whoa! You want to get out of here with that crap? What? What?
Oh man,
that was fake. That can't be real.
I was joking. You're not supposed to have that.
Okay.
Yeah, the question is chump now or chump later.
Right, like what is... Chump now means I have another creature next turn to attack with, but what does that accomplish? A lot, actually.
Yeah, I mean, with him at 3, it accomplishes plenty.
I don't know. So I'm just assuming his hand isn't like 4 points of pump, which it can't be, so, okay.
Yeah, it could be Voyage's End. It could have been Voyage's End this entire time.
I've got a really bad plan. Mistcutter Hydra for 4.
Oh, geez, that is a bad plan.
I'm
Why'd
aware.
you do that?
Because it kills our opponent.
That's saucy too. So we just in for 4. Everybody in.
Everybody in. In for 4.
He has to put the Archon on Mistcutter Hydra. I guess Hippocamp in front of Mogi's Marauder or whatever, and 3 points of damage. And that presumes that he has nothing.
I can also whip back Satyr. What does whip back Satyr get me?
Nothing.
Nothing.
The ability to untap a land? Like, I don't know.
Okay, so we lose to Voyage's End?
Yes. Also, I think we lose to that no matter what.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, he just bounces Leaf Crown Dried and we're dead. Alright. I like this plan. It's bad.
Oh my god. He'd be like, I could kill it in combo! Oh.
Get there.
That's right. That's also right.
Yes! Yes! Okay.
All right. Double Celestial Arc.
Fade to Antiquity. Get the hell into the deck. What comes out? Yikes. Returned Phalanx?
Yeah, time to feed aside. He blocks nothing our
Yeah.
opponent had. He trades with Breaching Hippocamp. I don't know.
It could be a time to feed out, but
It's rough.
okay.
The time to feed is one of our few ways of dealing with things. I guess Fade is also a way to deal with
Centaur
it.
blocks nothing, but Centaur attacks. Return Phalanx does not attack. And as we saw in that game, attacking was extremely important with every creature we control. What the heck?
Yeah, man. Gotta do exactsies.
Alright, let's roll. I'm on time pressure now, so we're on
You
Blitz
drew
Magic.
5 total lands that game.
We're on Blitz Magic. 5
Oh,
minutes
dear.
to 19. I got this.
I've been holding you back, slowing you down.
That's alright. I'm aware of the
second
time
guessing.
pressure and I know how to play fast, so... Hopefully we get a keepable 7. Don't worry, you'll still get me talking about what the hell I'm doing. And Kaz is here.
I'm here. No, I'll commentate. You just do. I'll tell them
No.
what you just did. That's how it'll
I'm
happen.
saying the word no. Acceptable.
Cool. So, Slyo has mulliganed once and kept 6 cards, including Nylea's Disciple and Mistcutter Hydra.
Hey! And drawn a Voyaging Satyr. Alright, let's do this.
Yeah, that's the start of something.
Let's me play Nylea's Disciple for gain 3 next turn.
Hopefully it'll be the start of early Mistcutter Hydra into he has no way of dealing with it.
That's my hope. My hope is Nylea's Disciple, and then Mistcutter Hydra as a 4/4, and then, oh wait, what? Stymied Hopes is the only actual card my opponent could play to counter this spell. If he does, I don't even know what world I'm living in.
If that Stymied Hopes goes up any high... Oh no! His Wingsteed Rider is stuck in his hand. Hey, Hill Giants are pretty cool, I hear.
Yeah! And there's our opponent not doing anything.
He's got both Celestial Archons in his hand. That's his game plan here.
Oh man. Swinging with Disciple, not with Voyaging Satyr. And then return Centaur, milling my opponent.
Cool.
Let's see what we get. 2 islands, Battlewise Hoplet, Battlewise Valor.
His battle wisdom is battle foolish.
Archon?
Is it the Archon?
Prescient Chimera!
It's precious.
And, I'm just gonna play Mistcutter Hydra here.
Cool.
As a huge dot huge. Also threatening lethal next turn, question mark? With Mogi's Marauder?
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like, can we can find...
Fate Foretold on Prescient Chimera.
Oh, please attack with it. There's no way he attacks with it, but still.
No. What this does mean is I'm going to play Time Defeat to kill it,
It sounds good.
and then he's going to...
I mean, you can't grip tie to your target. That's
Right.
kind of
He
cute.
can't Voyages End my target. He probably can neck snap the target, though.
Do we have lethal without it? We don't. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have a lot without it.
I think I still leave it back.
Okay.
Like, I play Mogi's Marauder and get in for 8. Leaving Mistcutter Hydra back as, like, this super blocker. He'd take 5... I guess I could go in with Mistcutter Hydra too, but that seems maybe a bit...
I mean, that absolutely requires him to have...
Right, what if he just doesn't? But I honestly think he
The design
does.
does.
We'll give him the ability to kill something else. Divine Verdict, killing off the 3/3.
All right, sick read. Boom.
So the thing is, like, if he wants to keep up Divine Verdict to kill Mistcutter, he has to, like, not play anything, right? Like... Cavalry Pegasus, cool.
Hmm.
Celestial Archon.
Ah, that thing. Let's draw the Fade. Okay, never mind.
I'm still attacking all out.
I like it. Celestial Archon does not have lifelink like I at first believed.
So my opponent's on 4. Wingsteed Rider, okay.
And leaving up Divine Verdict.
Yep.
Oh.
Nylea's Emissary.
Fascinating. Can we bestow that on, like, Mogi's Marauder? So manifestly has to, like...
I'm only swinging with the Mogi's Marauder. Maybe one Voyaging Satyr? If I swing with both, Breaching Hippocamp eats me alive here. What if I just swing with the team? What if I just do that? Yeah, whatever.
Gruul! Crush him!
What am I even thinking? Breaching Hippocamp's probably his play? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I have 2 5/5s, so he has more problems. I'm like sitting here thinking, I'm like, alright, let me play around his weight. He's on 4, and I have like 10 or 12 power of creatures. What am I even thinking? Because he has to block Mogi's Marauder with enough toughness to block Trample. I think his most effective block is something like Celestial Archon, Wingsteed Rider, or Breaching Hippocamp on Mogi's Marauder, and then... Okay, so exactly what he's doing.
Sweet.
And then next turn I just attack for lethal with team. Fate Foretold.
Okay, gets a card. Yay!
Yay! Okay! And that's how we play quick.
And
This deck...
crazy read on the Divine Verdict.
It had to be there. It was his only way to live, and he had done that before, where he just leaves up, where he left up, you know, the 4 in a place where he would obviously make a play otherwise.
Honestly, that was probably the best Divine Verdict deck I've ever seen, because he's also threatening the trick of breaching Hippocamp, which I didn't think was anything, and
Right.
it isn't until you're playing Celestial Archon.
Yeah, when it's untapping, also 2 Celestial Archon. This guy's got the freaking... Yeah.
I'm happy that we crushed him, frankly.
Yeah.
With our black-green pile of... Oh, my God.
No, Snake Plissken!
No! Snake! Oh, I'm terrible. I share in it. Right now I am also terrible and hungry. If you keep doing this well, I might have to let you just go into the finals on your own.
Because you have the cooking.
Well, I was away from home all day, so I couldn't cook.
Yeah, Snake lost in a minute in game 2.
Well, he probably got a Kodak call.
Yeah.
That's not a real loss.
He just got pulled out and had a sneaking mission to go on. Maybe he had to go escape from MTGO. Oh man, those movies. 10-minute codec call. Which one's still going on? J Zimmy 4494
Worst name.
versus Still Had These.
Pretty good name.
Yeah. But yeah, that was... This deck worked. We used cards to defeat our opponent, who had very good cards.
The part I love about this the best is that we have no distinguishing features. We're just like, we're not even like a good stuff deck.
No.
That's
I think the ramp is maybe our distinguishing feature, if anything.
we're a stuff deck.
Yeah. Yeah, this card's also just is a nuts card. It doesn't have lifelink, which thank God, but
Yeah. Yeah, really.
yeah.
It's quite the bestowal. It doesn't even make all that much sense in like what white tries to be in this set. Like every powerful white thing has a pretty low cost.
And then there's this.
Then you have That's-
Alright, yeah, I'm actually going to step away for a moment here, so I will be back in a minute.
Alrighty. While Slyo is gone, I will continue to commentate. Kaz, what colors are Dracula? That's an intriguing question. Now, it's tempting to say black just because Magic has a history of vampires in black or whatever, but Dracula is a creature of chaos. So that's leaning towards red, but he has a long game plan, so he's got a blue component. I would put him pretty solidly in Grixis colors, frankly. Like say what you will about history of black or whatever, the theme of black absolutely does fit. He's the king. He loves to be the king. He manipulates people to his benefit, serves fealty. They serve fealty to him. He has very little to do with nature and growth and patience. Well, I mean, patience is there, but that's about the only green feature that he has. And as far as like white, like diminishing the self, he absolutely promotes the self. He's willing to sacrifice anyone else to promote the self. So, yeah, I would put him in Grixis pretty easily. I mean, just being magical thinking man gets him blue enough. He does have a long-term game plan, which strongly involves the powers of chaos and just straight-up fire every now and again. And he's his own guy, so yeah. Grixis Dracula. Oh. Bada bing. See, I could run a panel. I could totally run a panel. Lame-ass guy in his stupid panel. Alright, so I went to MagFest last year. Those of you who have listened to the Skulls cast have certainly heard me talk about this, because I used to do that. Medibot and I went to a panel because it had vaguely something to do with Castlevania, and it was like how I learned to love Castlevania 2, and I'm like, oh man, I love that game already. Let's do it. And, right, it was just some guy. And he had this bad PowerPoint presentation and a bunch of stupid memes that featured, not Julius. What's his? Because Julius is like a better Belmont, or Richter. So it just featured Richter like looking out of panel and having like text on it, and then his like audio didn't work, and he was mumbling into a microphone, but we were all like close enough in the same room that we could basically hear him without the mic. So he was just sort of whispering, and I'm like, come on. And the best part was when he started talking about other Castlevania games and being like, ew, he didn't. I haven't really played that one, but... And started trying to talk about a game that he hadn't played, which was a mistake because the game in question was Curse of Darkness, and I was in the front row. So... for at least 7 minutes, it was my panel. And we talked about Curse of Darkness. When Slyo gets back, I anticipate he will be in pain over this opening hand. I'm going to try to encourage him to keep it based on the power of Burnished Heart.
Alright, what in the world?
You're a few seconds late. I'm encouraging you to keep this on the back of the power of Burnished Heart.
I believe I'm on the draw.
Looks that way.
Yeah. Are you just going to take over a panel at MagFest? Is that the chat
I might be. We were talking about, yeah, we were...
Okay.
I entertained them with a story after discussing what colors Dracula would be and deciding that he would be Grixis colors.
Let's try this.
It has a strong potential upside. Like, you draw one land and you more or less have all of the power in your hand.
Or Voyaging Satyr, which there's 3 of.
Yeah. And, you know, we have a Grey Merchant to combat the Grey Merchant deck.
Hey, Nykthos with all of our black. And our Mistcutter Hydra.
It's fine, it's fine.
That's really good.
You just need this other guy to not have Disciple of Phoenix or whatever.
Right, we also need this Burnished Heart to work.
I'm aware. Hey, okay. It's
Alright, I'm gonna play the Nykthos. And not accidentally empty my mana pool with it or something like that. I just, whoops!
No! Are you allowed to undo that kind of Oh, man.
I think it's a mana ability, so yes. Tormented Hero or deal on Blood Toll Harpy. Yikes. Okay, Return Phalanx isn't castable. I feel like this is a block turn.
If you can get in the way of the Tormented Hero, that looks pretty good.
Yeah. I think that's worth more than 2 damage from me. Though, I guess that's debatable. Because I'm going to have Whip really quick here.
Well, he has Grey Merchant.
Oh!
Yeah, you have to imagine that he does.
Yeah, and he plays it for... Okay. That's just fine, thank you. No, I think it's completely reasonable to swing for 2 here. It's also completely reasonable not to. There are reasons for both. I'm specifically choosing to not get murdered by a Grey Merchant.
I realize that I'm casting a little far ahead to see that. There's a lot of unpredictable stuff between here and there. I have a strong distaste for dying to Grey Merchant of Asphodel.
That's fair. Alright, let's go grab some swamps. How does that sound?
That sounds prime.
Okay, swamps are in play.
At this point, he's like, "Uh-oh, what?"
Erebos' Emissary. That's terrifying. I could play Return Phalanx and kill that damn flyer.
That looks good.
Yeah. Just get it the hell off this table.
Get it away, make the, what's it called, ordeal not work.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because I'm going to be taking a lot of damage, but I gained 3. I am 2 for 2 there. Time to feed in for Turn Phalanx for Blood Toll Harpy and Ordeal of Erebos, but I did take a little more damage. If his hand's like a billion creatures, I think I just die, but I don't think he's just going to ditch his hand.
Well, he could have it a maximum of 4 creatures.
Okay, so that is 2 away from lethal damage.
Well,
I also removed 2 black pips.
that's true, and maybe even more important.
Laguna Band Elder to gain 3 life. Time to feed again.
Is it that time again? I don't think it is.
No. Okay, so what time is it? I can't actually play Whip into Mogi's Marauder. I don't have the mana. I'm 1 short.
Yeah. Man.
I could play Mistcutter Hydra as a 6/6 blocker. Which allows me the ability to next turn go time to feed and then Whip of Erebos.
That sounds pretty good.
I think that's my best play here. Sadly, the Devotion to Black is only enough to get 2 mana off of Nykthos, and then I won't have enough to actually play Mogi Smarter. Yeah, you whip then time to feed, so I lifelink off the time to feed as well. Yeah, okay, this sounds kind of funny now. Alright. We're here.
Okay, so we need him to not have...
Kill spell.
Divine Verdict.
Basically Divine Verdict. Lash of the Whip, I guess, would be bad too, but at least we'd be trading 2 for 1 with, like, Laguna Band Elder. I guess, yeah, Hero's Downfall.
That's right. That's right. There is actually a murder in the set. I keep forgetting
rare.
that. It is rare. It's somewhat of a surprise. I guess they didn't want the word Planeswalker to appear on such a low rarity.
Planeswalkers can't appear at common.
Not even the word. Not even like not even the barest mention.
That should be something in, like, not Aria, but in another one of the sets afterwards. Is an uncommon Planeswalker.
I don't know. Maybe it would have to. It would have to be plot relevant. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I guess there would have to be a reason for it.
Yeah.
I guess when you try to design a Planeswalker to specifications of the card, you end up with Tybalt. So, whereas if you design around flavor, it works a lot better.
Right. If you we're trying to design a 2-mana Planeswalker who's competitive with Incinerate.
We failed.
We failed.
Yeah. One thing.
Oh.
So our opponent's thinking really hard about this Mistcutter Hydra.
Such a question. I really don't know why he would be thinking that quite that hard, but I'm gonna let him.
It's a fairly good question, I guess.
We've had some opponents go really deep in the tank and come back and kill us, so I'm not gonna count him out yet. Yo, I've got it. I will make an uncommon Planeswalker who's like the most annoying essence of Gideon. Like, he only gets Gideon's plus ability.
Well, like, everybody taunts him, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
He never learned anything else other than, like, hey.
Who'd be like Phantom of Gideon.
Alright, so the scary part here is twofold. Erebos' Emissary is actually pretty scary, just going for my throat.
Yeah.
If he goes all in here, I still think I need to block Laguna Band Elder, because he needs 3 creatures to flat kill me.
Right.
He could have 3 creatures, it's entirely possible, but if he has that many creatures, and I try to block Erebos' Emissary, he runs over Mistcutter Hydra, and then I actually don't think I have a real out to this game. It's dicey.
Right. Let's pretend he does not have 3 creatures in his hand.
Yeah.
Or like creature through maneuver. What is this?
It's going to be Dauntless There it is. Dauntless Onslaught.
Oh God!
Yep. So there was no playing around that one, actually. He has 9 points, and I'm at 9.
Oh, good night.
Okay. Alright. He was quite quick on the draw there. I don't know if there's anything else on the board I favor here. Like Fade, maybe, but I don't know. He only had Erebos' Emissary as far as the target is concerned there, though Laguna Band Elder does imply there are others.
Yeah, Fade into feed, or Fade instead of Feed, maybe. Because this time it's a little more realistic that Return Phalanx is blocking something. Did Kaz just leave?
No, Kaz, can you
did
not?
Did I leave?
Can you not hear Kaz?
That would be weird. Okay, well, someone does.
Okay, that's good.
That's good enough.
Oh, Gnome can hear me jiggling keys. Damn it. Alright, I threw the keys over somewhere else.
Ah, keys!
Keys! Alright, I don't know, I still like Time to Feed, because he had a lot of creatures like low enough that I want to kill off. It was just the issue of us not having that black mana to start, and not having any of our early drops. We had to rely on Burnish Heart, and he just ran us over.
Yeah. God, that game would have turned right around. That was his one moment to kill us. And he got it.
He got it, because if he didn't kill us there, oh boy, we were going to gain 12 back. Oh, jeez.
So it's this hand.
How lucky.
You have the Voyaging Satyrs.
Yep. I'm playing a coin flip game. Let's go.
Let's do it. Right here. Like, top card is Swamp.
Right now.
Top 7 looks bad, top 10 looks great.
This hand could turn out really bad. No.
I read a probability exercise disguised as a Magic the Gathering strategy article.
Was it by Frank Karsten?
It was not a Frank Karsten one.
Okay.
It was by someone who is worse than Frank Karsten. He had done a Monte Carlo test, had programmed an AI to like play games of Magic with itself, and determined with science that the hypergeometric distribution exists, basically, and he didn't realize it. So, like, his results from all of his tests of his, like, weeks of processing power running all these useless experiments was the exact distribution shape of the hypergeometric distribution, which I mean, I can make Excel do that in, like, a minute if I forget and have to look it up and fail at it the first couple times. Like, I have a lot of leeway here. But my point, part of his construction of making the, like, programming the thing to play against itself was that all 1 land and 6 land hands were auto mulligans. That was in there. And I think we've now well proven at this point that that's not always the case.
So, looking at what I can do here, I've actually got a plan. So we're going to play this Satyr, we're going to untap a Forest, we're going to Time to Feed Tormented Hero?
It's a black pip off the table.
Yeah.
The hero can do things. And you gain life. And that lets Satyrs attack, in case that needs to happen.
Yeah. Eat the hero. But yeah, I would concede that all 1 land and are not uncapable. Many one-landers are
Many.
uncapable.
Oh, yes. Many. For the purposes of his experiment, I didn't hold it against him.
Right.
But it was when he included the two-landers as auto mulligans as well that I kind of... I'm like, come on, man.
Two-landers are not
There
an
are-
auto mulligan.
There are a lot of decks that would take two lands and many cards. And sure, when he... oh my god.
I'm setting it up.
Well, I'm glad you're just auto-playing the game
Right.
over there without... While I go on and on about this article that I'm going to have to find again or something.
Yes.
Given all these assumptions, his ideal deck had something like 17.7 lands in it, favoring 18. Like, just as a blanket rule. And I'm like, okay, yes, when you absolutely are afraid of two-land hands and want to have more lands.
All right. Well, we're going off here. So this is a constructed deck.
So,
This
yeah.
is a 14/14.
No one man should have all that mana.
I think this is turn 6.
You have 4 lands on the battlefield. I'm happy we kept this.
Hi.
Ah!
Okay. So this was turn... You know I had 15 mana there?
Wow.
I could have Emrakul. That is a possible play I could have just made there, was Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn.
Oh, man.
Baleful Eidolon on his Blood Toll Harpy.
Ooh, saucy.
Oh, man.
Means to take out your Mistcutter Hydra.
I think that's fine if he tries.
I mean, the stack falls off. He has 2 creatures. You...
Swing with everything else on that attack. Well, actually, no, not the Satyrs, but... I'm thinking if the Satyrs get in here. I don't think they I think they can. I go ahead and play Vulpine Goliath for free for off this Nykthos or whatever. So yeah, let's do that. Nykthos, make some green mana. Yeah, okay. 7, sure. And then return Phalanx as a blocker on the ground, sure. And then everybody else in. Hey.
Well, that does make him block the Mistcutter.
Right?
Die.
Yeah, and he goes to 3. And
Oh, man, we have him dead to Grey Merchant?
yes. We have him dead to this is exactly what I wanted the deck to do. Like in my mind after we saw the Mistcutter Hydra. This is it. This is actually probably after the Nykthos. This is what I saw.
Mm.
Yeah, Abracadabra, invent 14 damage.
That would be quite a surprise.
Yeah. Or if I draw a card that targets Anthusla. Okay.
Like, what, another time to feed?
Crunch.
Get in with Nick.
Okay, well, so that's the Nykthos deck.
That is ramp. Hooray, ramp deck.
You can do that in Standard.
You can do it much more consistently in Standard.
Yeah. You can play multiple copies of Nykthos and, like, big monstrous creatures that make use of your mana. I wish. Still no change. Only cards we saw were... Oh, well, we did see more Eidolons and such.
Yeah.
So Fade might be real?
Yeah, I still say it's Fade over Feed if it's anything.
I still feel like Feed's really good. Like, it performed in that game pretty well. And I don't want... Yeah, you're right. I don't want to cut anything else.
Like what, Feral Invocation, maybe?
We haven't even drawn Feral Invocation. I think I'd be fine drawing it just to win a combat.
Hmm. Yeah, Colossus would have been totally sweet for this deck.
Right. Maybe I do hang out though. Feed for a Fade. Let's try it. He does have targets for this Fade. Like that Death Toucher.
Right, if you think of Fade into Antiquity as Vindicate, then it starts to sound pretty good, right?
Okay, so this is a really awkward hand.
I see.
Like, it could cause us to just get run over. It also could cause us to not be able to cast any spells in our hand.
Green pips.
Yeah. Again, like, I guess Voyaging Satyr makes this hand really good.
Hmm.
Other...
We can almost certainly draw a forest.
Right.
By the time we're ready to do anything.
Is it better than a 6?
This is better than a lot of 6s.
Let's roll with it. This is...
I mean, the 6 that looks better than this is like Land, Satyr, and the other 3 cards that you have.
Fair. There's Swamp. That's not it.
Oh my god.
Don't do that deck. Tormented Hero on 2. Voyaging Satyr, thank you.
There we go.
Alright, everything's fixed.
10 looks great.
I fixed it.
The top 10 looks just fine.
We can fight now. Blood Toll, Blood Toll.
Yeah, I thought you'd find a forest.
Yeah, I can hold the Nykthos. Melia's Disciple buys me back all my life. Ordeal of Erebos on Blood Toll Harpy. Snarecaster, tapping my guy.
Ooh. Saucy.
Yeah,
Snarecaster dealing you 2 damage.
basically. So he's on the aggressive this game. Like, hyper-aggressive.
Yarg, we need a way to gain life.
And Methuselah, and any swinging with Nylea's? Yeah, let's swing.
Into his brood of Erebos!
Oh! I guess I'd be okay. Okay, Blood Toll Harpy is the only one turning sideways now, so that's...
Excellent. Oh man, don't stumble on mana against the ramp deck. Okay, he's still got plays.
He's still got plays, but he is stumbling. Also, we're drawing every land here. Luckily, we had all our big stuff in our opener.
Yeah, well.
And Thusula's still going in. Because that's a 2-for-1 trade. Alright, post main. I guess I over-tapped because I don't know how to count. Wow. That's fine. Oh, no, never mind. I did. That's right. Volpe and Goliath. Cool. And we leave up Boon of Erebos plus Voyaging Satyr.
Yeah!
What do we got, buddy? Disciple of... Oh. I got news for
Well,
you. Okay, I got good news and bad news, guys.
I guess the secret's out.
Yeah, he knows. Thoughtseize whiff.
My hand, let me show you it.
Yeah, sure, you can see it. I freaking drew this Cutter Hydra? Is that real?
This guy must hate your ass.
Oh my god, this can't be real, right?
Man, I can hear Minibot laughing from the other room. He is going nuts. X equals 14.
Again.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, guess
Hey,
what?
buddy.
It's turn 6.
Yo.
Yeah, okay. I'll leave back a token set of blockers.
That looks pretty good. You know, that's lethal right there, so
Yeah, okay.
sure.
I can't... You know, again, in my head, I hoped that Miss Cutter Hydra was on top of the library. I didn't... Sure.
I honestly hope that Whip of Erebos was on top of the
No, that's the
library.
next
I would have
card.
been really jazzed about that.
That's gotta be the next card.
Oh, definitely.
I'll also take any card that targets Anthusla.
Hmm.
Or Anthusa. I don't think there's an L that I keep adding.
Hmm. Anthusala is like Methuselah and Anthusa together. That would be like their child. Yes, Black Pip's off the table.
Yes.
A way that we secretly lose this game.
And Vulpine Goliath is threatening 6 points. I'm hoping you get a double block out of him. Yes. That's what I wanted, was a double block there. So fifth land. So Miss Cutter Hydra is now lethal in a hit. Sup? Can we draw a Nylea's Disciple?
No, Mogi's Marauder.
Ooh. I like how we have, like, what, 4 or 5 different ways to just flat one next turn. Man, Blood Toll Harpy's still coming
No
in.
fear. Unbelievable. He's like, he won't have anything to get rid of my tormented hero.
Okay, Swamp. Yeah, something like that. Leave back Voyaging Satyr. So this guy needs to... God's Willing. Okay.
Huh. I mean, that's a way to play for time.
Yep.
Reminds me of me. Next, he's going to like last breath his own guy, so then he gains 4 life.
Sip of Hemlock is the card I'm scared of, but I'm dealing... Kills me with Grey Merchant next turn? No, he doesn't. At this point, I'm willing to throw away Voyaging Satyr on the block, and I will. Sip of Hemlock's the one that actually is probably worse for us, but even then he's at 3, so each of my creatures is lethal. No, that's still not even lethal. He would need more than just that. So here comes the Tormented Hero, so he does have the pump. So I do need to chump here.
Like combo cannon. That'd be for that would be Xaxes.
That would be Xaxes, so I'm not letting him have that.
All right, now an answer to 3 creatures.
Sip of Hemlock killing the Eldrazi
That's
worm.
not an answer to 3 creatures.
Get in.
I do not fail to. I do applaud the opponent here. He's
Yeah.
providing me the means to fail.
And that's a good call. So, because I was on like 5 there, so or after Sip, so he definitely could have got us.
Yeah, but we got him instead with a 14/14 Mist Cutter Hydra.
So we drew 2 spells.
Oh, look at that! Right on time.
Amazing. Yeah, you just like keep your 7 and you're like, okay, this is fine. You still
There's
gonna...
no such thing as a mulligan rule. That's made up. You just have to rock it with the 7.
Yeah. So you still have time to be around for the finals here?
Yeah, I think so. Let's
Okay.
keep on going.
We got we got J Zimmy 4494.
What? The lamest freaking name made it.
He won
I
in
think-
yeah, versus VVS1 Logic. That's actually I don't know what that is.
That sounds like a main board. Like there's some kind of product.
My favorite moment of that game was just him playing the Disciple. Oh, he's got nothing.
Every turn you draw a card.
Snake Plissken lost to Bex84, who was our opponent.
Ah, we avenged him.
Yes.
Good.
All right. Yes, we would like to play first. I see 2 lands in Voyaging Satyr.
It sounds like a keep.
Yeah. We do need a couple lands to keep rolling because we got a lot of top end going, but I mean,
Yeah.
Voyaging Satyr gets us there. We can do weird Feral Invocation tricks to hold off the early game.
Guess this is finally the game where we get to play Feral Invocation. That feels weird.
Yeah. Traveler's Amulet. Okay. I saw Plains and him tapping it, so I was a bit scared.
Favored hot play.
Vulpine Goliath 2. Okay. Time to feed. Well, I don't think we do anything this turn.
The only things you have to do are awful, so yeah.
Right. I could Feral Invocation the Voyaging Satyr, which is why I didn't attack with it. My thought process there being, if he plays a Plains followed by Wingsteed Rider, I would most definitely go Feral Invocation plus the time defeat to just kill it.
Yeah, yeah.
But no. Okay, do I want to play Feral Invocation for pressure?
Draw out his Voyage's End.
Yeah, basically. I think I'd rather have him Voyages End these than the Vulpine Goliaths and Keepsake Gorgon in my hand.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and do it. I mean, he'll feel happy. We will feel happy for finally casting Feral Invocation.
Right, and if he doesn't have it, then I just get to start beating down. Hey, Leaf Crown Dryad.
Oh, look at that. You can even attack and have a play this turn.
Alright, so let's attack first in case of bounce, because I'd rather play Voyaging Satyr back. Okay. And I guess I'll play the Leaf Crown Dryad.
Some kind of black-green beatdown deck.
With the freaking Squire beatdown. Whoa, third color. When he Traveler's Amulet, I thought that turned off the ability of third color, but no. It was there the whole time. Chosen by Heliod.
Uh-huh.
So that's big enough to not die to R3 for.
I mean, unless you want to, like, attack and then time defeat.
No. That sounds bad.
It does.
I guess... yeah. I could attack anyway.
Yeah, body check him.
Yeah, okay.
You sleep over there.
Well, we have tricks. We've shown fairly.
Oh, that's true. That's true. This is not just a body check.
Okay. See, if I time to feed, we actually do a full trade because my creature has 2 toughness on it, or 2 damage on it. So I don't really want to do that.
Yes, but you could do it with the Leaf Crown Ride instead.
I feel like there's going to be a more juicy target coming up, and my creatures are going to outclass this really fast.
Okay, very, very well.
It could well happen that he just like bestows the the hell out of this guy, and he didn't have another creature. But okay, there's Battle-Wise Hoplite.
Oh well, you know already. Good.
Fate Foretold, maybe. Chosen by Heliod again.
Eek.
So that makes it 5 toughness again. I cannot time to feed. Heliod, you're killing me over here.
I choose you and you and you.
You got to cut that out. It's not special if everybody's chosen by Heliod. Nelia's Emissary. This one I actually feel like I might want to trade off the Leaf Crown Dryad for.
Yeah, the Hoplite can continue to grow. Traveling Philosopher is no hero.
Right. So let's body check again.
It's like, haha, Triton tactics.
He would have but
yeah, no one ever has Triton tactics, is what I've learned.
All right, and then I'm going to trade off my Leaf Crown Dryad for this. It's a bit of a down trade on my end, but I need that card off the table if I'm going to not lose, because I have all my top end right here. So honestly, like, time is my biggest need here.
And it leaves him with a Durfy 2/4.
Yeah, as opposed to my slightly less Durfy 3/4.
Well, Voyaging Satyr can still do things. Traveling Philosopher is out of things.
Ooh, Horizon Scholar.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like a SIP target if I've ever seen one, if we can get up there. Any land gets it, no. Thankfully. Not another 5, though. That doesn't get it.
Awkward.
My only play is play Nylea's Emissary.
Well, your hand is full of stuff.
Yeah.
You're only going to have more stuff to do. I think it's a fine play. It still blocks the Traveling Philosopher, so kind of like missing out on that.
Yeah. I think saying it will summon her, but Anthusa, I think, is the only 5 left in the damn deck. And we have every 6. So, you can show your face now. Thassa's Emissary on Horizon Scholar. Yikes.
Ew.
Okay, I need those lands yesterday so I can cast this Sip of Hemlock that's in my hand. What's the red for?
Coordinated assault. Oh, damn it.
I guess that's also one of my top end pieces. Ooh, it could be. All right. I think this is one of those wrap it up games. Not showing anything.